Alright guys, welcome back. Now we saw that how the error handling part went in batch step 01. I'm going to take this batch step again and I'm going to add a new one and I'm going to rename it as batch step 02. Cool. Now we have understood the load and dispatch. Now you know that there's a processing where you write a logic, see, process, and then aggregator. We will see the aggregator in the next video, not at this stage. Okay, we'll just focus on the error handling. Now, okay, now there are error. Okay, now if you can see here, if I click on this step, there's a thing called as accept no failures. Okay, accept policy no failures, accept everything, and accept only failures. Okay, first I'll say accept everything. Okay, now first let me say accept everything and then see if it makes any difference. Okay, let me debug this and see if I say accept everything. So what is the option? If I click on this, see, remember, if I click on this batch step or this batch step, then I can see accept policy. Oops, I think it's lost it. Okay, it accept policy, and I'm going to say accept policy as all. Let us see what they have to say for accept policy. Do they have it here called as accept policy? No. Let us see. Do we have anywhere refining batch step processing? Maybe this one. Let us see if we have that accept policy. Okay, there you go. A batch step, see, the batch step uses two attributes to filter accept policy and accept expression. Okay, let us see if what else they have to say for accept policy. Okay, now there you go. That's perfect. See, accept policy all. It means that the batch step process all the records regardless of whether they have failed to process in the preceding batch step. See, batch step process all the records regardless of whether they failed to process in the preceding batch step. Okay, in the preceding batch step. So you have batch step 1 and you have batch step 2. What is happening is they're saying that batch step processes all the records regardless of whether they failed to process in the preceding batch step. Now if we say only failures, then it says the batch step process only those records that failed to process in the preceding batch step. Now if I say that no failures, batch step process only those records that succeeded to process in all the preceding step. Okay, the batch step processes only those records. It processes only those records that succeeded to process all the preceding step. Okay, it also says that if you don't apply the filter to batch step, the batch processes only those records that succeeded to process in all the preceding steps. In other words, the default accept policy is no failure. Okay, now I'll say first, let us see if I say all records. Okay, I've kept it as all accept policy everything. Let us see what happens. Not sure why the payload is JSON, but still okay, that's fine. We will deal with this later. Okay, so now ready. So first record 35 plus 10 45. You can see here 35 and 45, 36 46. Okay, 37 47. Now manju and error. Okay, so it's continuing. Okay, it's continuing, error, and then the final payload. Let us see what it's going to say. The final payload is nothing but, okay, so it's the same. Total 6 records, loaded 6 records, failed is 6. Okay, failed is 6 and processed is 6 records. Okay, processed, see, processed records is 6. See, processed records, can you see this? Processed records is 6. Okay, successful is 4 and loaded and failed. Okay, total of 6 records were processed. Now if I change it to no failures, if I say no failures, then let us see what happens. Okay, let it get deployed. Okay, it's deployed. Let's see if it say no failures. Okay, let's hit it. So it enters. Okay, so first iteration, second iteration, just keep your eye on the console. So failed, Okay, then next failed, and finally let's check the logs. Does it make any difference? So it's the same result, you're seeing it. So that is the reason they're saying it in the preceding batch step, preceding steps, preceding one that's back, preceding batch steps. That is what it is trying to say, preceding batch steps. Now in the, if you have only one batch step, it makes no sense. It's just the same. Okay, so since I have to have a preceding batch step, now I'll add this. Now by this, now by doing this, this becomes my preceding batch step, and this is the current batch step. Now let us see how it behaves. On the first step, I'm going to say accept everything, and here I'm going to say accept only failures. Okay, accept only failures, and let me add a transform and a logger. Let us see. Let me add a transform, just a transform and a logger, nothing else. Transform. All I'm going to say is JSON payload and logger. Okay, just transform message and just logging the payload. Okay, I'm going to take this as it is, and here I'm going to say it's BT01S02 payload. Okay, this is in the only failures, accept only failures. That is the reason, guys. That is what I've been stressing the point. See, try to understand the English statement. Preceding batch step, which means that batch step 1 has already done some job, and then it is shifting to batch step 02. So whatever has happened in the batch step 02, it's carry forwarded to the batch step 2. Whatever has happened in the batch step 1, that is forwarded to batch step 2. It's like if your parents have committed a sin, the sin will be carried to a child. Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh, but that is what it means. When I say parent, this is a parent and this is a child. You can treat like this. Okay, not the actual real world scenario, guys. When I said parent, it is batch step 01, child is batch step 02. Okay, so that is what it means. Okay, and I'm going to rename this to batch step. Okay, batch step 02. Just let me rename it. Okay, and to and deploy, and this is the batch step 02 payload, and I'm going to add another abstract payload. This is nothing but an abstract payload. This is of no use, but still I'm going to use abstract payload, LOAD, and I'm going to keep it as abstract payload. That's it. Let us see what happens. Okay, so it got deployed. And let's make a call. Ready? So first error, first 35 plus 10, 36 plus 10, 37 plus 10. Just look at the console, guys, please. Manju plus 10 error, then for 39 plus 10, then Mohan plus error. Okay, now, oh, guys, for some reason it did not go to this step. For some reason it did not go to this step, and let us see what is the final one. It has just logged the same thing. See, process records is 0. See here, now the process records is 0. Okay, that's total. Even though the total records is 6 here, the process records is 0. See, for some reason this was not able to understand. See, I've given the only failures. Okay, and here there's a failure, accept policy as failure. Okay, then the mistake is that, okay, then the mistake is that, okay, here click on the, okay, let me click on the main batch itself. See here, in the main batch there's an option called as max failed records. Okay, let us see what it is. Max failed records, max failed, no, it's not here. Let us see if it's here. Max failed records. Okay, let us see if you have maxed failed records. Max failed records. No, there's no option. Okay, max failed records. See, it says that. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, let me check again in here. Okay, there's only one here. Is there anything here? Okay, see. Each batch job has max failed records attribute that controls how many failed records you are willing to accept for a batch job. How many failed records? How many failed records you are willing to accept for a batch job? Okay, I'm saying that here max failed is 0. So I'm saying I'm not at all willing to accept any failed records, and that's the reason it did not go here. My guess. Now we will change it to at maximum I can apply 10 failed records. Okay. This is for this batch. Remember, this is for this batch. Okay, B2, B0 to 01. Now if I add another batch job here, okay, then it will be another set of properties. You have to work it out. Okay, it got deployed. Let us see if now this works. Okay, so first step, 35 plus 10, 36 plus 10, 37 plus 10, Manju plus 10, it doesn't work out. 39 plus 10, Mohan plus 10, it will not work out. Now you see it, it went over here. Yeah, cool. Now we understood that there's a property called as maxed failed records. How many failed records you are willing to accept for a batch. That is the reason now it went to next step. Now see what it will be picked up. What are the errors in the, what are the data you have? 35, 36, 37, 39 and Mohan. So the one that got failed is Manju and Mohan. Okay. So this Manju and Mohan. These are the failed records. Now that failed records, we are processing it. See here. Manju, if you can see here, it has picked up Manju and it's going to log it. See, payload is Manju. Cool. Next is payload is Mohan. See, cool. Then it goes to on complete. Now let us see what is the output of on complete. Fingers crossed. Okay. Now you see it. Now the process records is 6. Even though the failed records is still 2, but the overall loaded is 6 records. And see, all the 6 records have been processed successfully. That's how you change it to accept only failures. Okay. Now assume that if I change this to no failures. No failures. Now question is that will this step will be executed or not? Let us see this. This is again an interview question. Okay. Let us see if I change it to no failures, what will happen? Which means it is saying that I don't want to accept any failures. Okay. Let us see this if this works. And guys, I'm going to reduce this number 35 to Manju and 39. That's enough. I just want to stop at the first iteration itself. Okay. Cool. Got loaded. Hit. So first step, 35 plus 10, I on the console. Manju plus 10, it will fail. 39 plus 10, 49, I on the console. Mohan plus 10 fails. Now, see here, it still says that, see, accept. Okay, can you see this? The payload that it took is 45. See, because 35, what are the input that we had given here? The input that we had given is this. Remember, this is the new input, 35, Manju and 39. These are the only 2 inputs. Yeah. So after batch step 01, after batch step 01, this is BS01. Now in batch step 02, BS02, the new payload is 45 and 49. That is the reason. If you see here in the debug, it's 45. Next, it will pick up 49. See, 49. Since we have said no failures, that's the reason it is only processing the failed records, successful records. Okay. Now you tell me. See here. Now the funny part is that, see here, most funny part is that, see, process record is 4. Why it is 4 records it got processed? How it is saying it's 4 records? See, we had total of 35 Manju, yeah, 36 and Mohan. That's the reason. See, okay, total. Let us see here. Let us go back here and okay, see, total of. Okay, these are the 4 records. Now, This is for batch step 01. Yeah, batch step 01. This is the out. Okay, it will take 35 and 39. In batch step 02, it will be 45, comma 49. Yeah, 45 and 49, which is this 45 and 49. My guess is that, see, successful records is 2. Successful records is 2. Okay, total records is 4. But it's saying the process records is also 4. Maybe here 2 plus 2. Here 2 plus 2 because 45 and 49. Now assume that if I don't even have this, okay. If I don't even have this, assume if I don't even have this, let me go to XML, and I'm going to comment the entire batch step from here to batch step. Where is the batch step? This guy. Okay, I'm gonna go to right click, refactor. Come on. Okay, source. I'm sorry, not refactor, source, and add comment block. The moment once you do that, if you click on here, so this is gone. Now let us see how it works. The total process record should be 4 or 2. You tell me. Okay. Now there is no batch step 02. Since there is no batch step 02, so it will only 35 and 45 will process. 35 plus 10, 39 plus 10. See. Now the output is total process records as 4, irrespective of what. See, it has processed which means even it's not 2 plus 2. Even the failure, what has happened, that is also taken into consideration. Okay, even the failures. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is Manju and here is Mohan. But even though this error, whatever has been processed, even that is also taken into consideration. And they say that, boss, I have processed this. I have even processed this. So there are 2 success and 2 failure. Okay. So and hence total records is 4. Loaded is 4 in the persistent queue. Failed is 2. Success is 2. So 2 plus 2, that is nothing but 4. Okay. Now one final thing, we'll go back to this guy and uncomment it. Right click, source, remove block comment. Now that comment is lost. And finally, I'm going to change this to all. Now if I say all, just see what happens. Here also I have given all, and here also I have given all. Now you tell me what will happen. Okay, so let's see that. Someone just said that it will accept even success and failure. Let's see that. Okay, so 35 plus 10, Manju plus 10, it will fail. Then 39 plus 10, 49, Mohan plus 10, it will fail. Now you know that it has, you can see it has failed for Manju and Mohan. Now first payload, see, it has taken 45, the updated payload. Cool. Next, it has taken Manju, the old payload. Cool. Next, it has taken 49. See here, 49. It has taken Manju. It is taking everything. Cool. Then finally, let us see the output. So the output is exactly the same. All means whatever output that was available here, it gets transferred over here and it is accepting everything. So now what do you understand? We understand how error handler gets propagated from one batch, from one step to another, and we have seen that max fail record as well. And see guys, I'll tell you one thing before I wind up this session. Here, okay, let me bring this up. Now you know this. See this. 1, 2, as soon as the postman gets loaded, yeah, here 1, 2, 3, load and dispatch. This is 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, 5 and 6. Okay, 5 and 6. Okay, we have seen this output, you will get it in postman. Now in the batch step, see there are 2 batch steps here, batch step 1, batch step 2. Remember this is entire thing is in ordered sequential. Only after completing batch step 1, then and then only you will execute batch step 2. There is no way that both of them will happen in parallel. No, it will never happen in parallel. Always remember this. It is a sequential order of execution. That you should always keep in mind. Okay. Now with that, I'm going to close this session and let's talk about aggregator in the next video. Okay. Until then, take care and have a great learning.